We start with breaking news. The Irish Prime Minister has conceded defeat in the nation's referenda on modernising its constitution. Leo Varadkar says it was already clear the amendments over the definition of family and the woman's role at home had been defeated. Well, that's despite the counting of votes still taking place. Speaking in the last hour, Mr Varadkar said his government accepted full responsibility. This is the quote. It says, "It was our responsibility to convince the majority of people to vote yes, and we clearly failed to do so." Well, let's get more now from our Ireland correspondent Stephen Murphy joins me live now from Dublin. And Stephen, these were amendments in what people were saying is to modernise various parts of the constitution, the family for extending to durable relationships and the care role as well, referencing women's roles and duties in the home. But the Irish people rejected it.
Hugely embarrassing for the Irish government. This was a referendum, or two referendums, as you mentioned there, that no government in this country ever expected to lose. They've been talked about for a very long time, going back decades, to try and address this outdated, some say sexist language, references to women having duties and a life within the home without which the common good cannot be achieved. So that was the wording in the 1937 Constitution, drawn up primarily by men born in the 1800s. And in recent years, we've seen Ireland modernise through a series of referendums, introducing things like divorce, same-sex marriage and abortion, all through popular votes by putting it directly to the people. So for many years here, commentators and the governments thought that when we eventually got around to having a referendum addressing this outdated language, that it would pass with ease. But this has been a lesson in how not to run a referendum campaign by Leo Varadkar and his government. They simply did not communicate any tangible benefits to a yes vote clearly enough. The language with which they wanted to replace the outdated language was wishy-washy, it was vague, it was criticised by carers, it was criticised by lawyers, and it just did not win over the electorate. The electorate did not see a tangible benefit from voting yes on either of these referendums. It was a decisive victory, and counting still ongoing. We don't expect the results to be announced formally here at Dublin Castle until a bit later on this afternoon, or possibly even this evening. But I can tell you in the count centres, it was obvious from very early on this morning when we watched the first boxes being opened and the tallies conducted of the ballot papers within. It was very obvious right across the Dublin constituencies and right across the rural constituencies, a consistent trend. People were giving this government a bloody nose today. They have rejected these referendums. It's highly embarrassing for Leo Varadkar and his government. He says they'll have to go away and reflect on this in the coming weeks.
Stephen, thank you.